Hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tony Holowitz from 365acttips.com and also TonyTheTeacher.com. Every once in a while, I get a question about ACT. People ask me, what is it? And quite often, a lot of the people that ask me that question aren't using any kind of contact manager or organizer to keep track of all their contacts. Some of them might use Microsoft Outlook and they save some contacts in there. But the biggest difference between Outlook and ACT is this. ACT gives you multiple ways to put people into ACT and also to find people. So let me just tell you some of the things that ACT is. ACT is a contact manager, and if you want to look at it in this regard, you can look at it as nothing more than a glorified Rolodex. Some place where you can keep business cards, some place where you can keep basic contact information. But once you have a contact in there, you can look up that contact based on a variety of criteria. You can look them up by their first name, their last name, the city they live in. You can look them up by their email address. You can find people once you get them into ACT. So ACT is a good step in becoming organized. So when we talk about what is ACT, we talk about ACT from SwiftPage as a great tool to keep you organized, whether you're in an organization or in a business. And let's face it, we need to have one central location for all of our information about our contacts because once we make the commitment to one place, then we can use that one place as a stepping stone to get that information in other places. And in this day and age, one of the other places you might want it is either on the web or potentially on your cell phone, your smartphone. And ACT works great with that type of thing. You can get the information out to your smartphone and share it there. What ACT allows you to do is multiple things. It acts as a calendar where you can schedule calls, meetings, to-dos. You can take notes. So if you want to make a note about a contact, you can do that. If you want to record a history to suggest the exact time things have happened, you can do that as well. You can write all kinds of things. You can send emails through ACT, and just so you know, ACT works with Microsoft Office, hence it works with Microsoft Outlook. And all the shortcomings of Microsoft Outlook come into play when you use ACT because then you start to recognize the shortcomings. But having said that, ACT is a great contact manager. Outlook is a great email program. Together, and they do work together, it is an absolutely phenomenal tool. So you can send marketing campaigns, email marketing campaigns. You can send a basic email through Act's email service or through Outlook, and I do recommend Outlook. You can write mail merges or form letters to hundreds of people. You can write memos, fax cover sheets. There are so many things you can do. But this is the thing that is vital that you know. When you do something in ACT to a contact, ACT is what's called contact centric, meaning everything you do in regard to that contact, there's a history recorded regarding what has been done. So, a year from now, 5 years from now, if you need to see a comment or something that occurred because of what you did in ACT, you can easily do that. So, this is the thing about ACT. ACT is great for organizations and businesses. And the whole thing I try to do here at 365 Act Tips are suggest ways that you can do things easier if you're in an organization or a business. And all my experience has been that a lot of what it comes back to is just getting organized and making sure that not a single contact that's important to you or your organization ever slips through the cracks. That's absolutely vital, and that's what ACT is perfect for. Is ACT something you're going to learn overnight? No, you're really not going to learn it overnight. Is it something that can be easy to use? Yes, we can simplify it. Can it get more complex to grow to your needs? Absolutely, positively. So whether it's you, whether it's an individual, as an individual, or whether it's your company with many, many people, ACT can be made to work and customize for your company or organization. I'm going to have some upcoming tips, my top 10 ACT tips. And in those tips, I'm going to tell you what I think as a new ACT user you need to do to make ACT successful for you, for your business or organization. ACT tip number one is very simple. When I tell people to start using ACT or they say they want to start using ACT, the first thing I tell them to do and I'll expound on this a little bit more, is to completely forget about ACT. In my next tip, ACT tip number 1 of my top 10 ACT tips, I'm going to show you and talk to you about how to make the most out of ACT if you're just beginning with it. Having said that, even experienced users can grow from this. I want to thank you very much for being here. Have a great day, and I hope you decide to start using ACT.